Hey everybody, welcome to Bad Yogi Q&A Wednesday with me, Erin Motz, where I answer the questions that you guys send me via email and social media too. Today's question came from somebody who just signed it MT, and it was simply, how do you stay so positive and happy all the time? Now this question actually gave me pause because it made me wonder if I am possibly putting on some kind of filter or something unintentionally for you. So before I give you my answer, I just want to be clear that I am absolutely not super happy and super positive all the time. I mean, I'm generally happy in the sense that I don't struggle with depression or anything like that, but just like anybody else, I wear the stresses of daily life on my shoulders, and some days are better than others. One spin that I try to put on my stress is actually that I'm grateful I have this stress because it usually means I'm doing what I want to do. So, for example, is there stress associated with living in a foreign country? Yes. Dealing with immigration and language barriers and taxes and even terrorism recently. Is there stress associated with running Bad Yogi? Oh, hell yes. There's tons of stuff that happens behind the scenes that I keep there intentionally. Legal stuff, partnerships gone bad, struggling with feeling like I'm not good enough, it's all there. Is there even stress in my relationship? Of course. We live and work together, so you can imagine we certainly have our moments. But the fact that this stress even exists only reminds me that even with the stress a lot of those things bring, I love it. I wouldn't change it to be any other way. I'm gonna make a really disgusting analogy, but I think it's helpful and illustrates the point. Liz Gilbert once said that all good things come with their version of a shit sandwich. Meaning, not every single aspect of an endeavor is fun, but it's still necessary. And such is life. So maybe you teach yoga and you love to teach, but you hate driving from class to class. The driving is the shit sandwich, which you're more than willing to take because you love the other parts of it. There is no such thing as perfection in anything. So if something irritates you or annoys you, don't get all bent out of shape and assume that you're just a negative person. So next time you find yourself getting stressed about work or family, remind yourself that either it's worth working on, in which case you're very fortunate, or it isn't worth it and you need to exercise your power of choice and move on. My point with all this is just to remind you that it's okay not to feel totally fine all the time. It's completely normal to have fluctuations and up and downs in your daily emotions, and you don't have to fake it all the time when you don't want to. Quick side note here, I'm not talking about when you have a legitimate concern about mental health. Of course, if you do, you definitely want to talk to a professional. So if you're feeling a little bit down in the dumps or negative, or just feeling like other people are so happy all the time and you can't seem to find yours, I want you to take a few simple steps to kind of get you back on the upswing. The first one, take an uplifting yoga class. In fact, I have just the one. I'm gonna pop it down in the description below, so make sure you go find that link and keep it saved for the next time you need it. And it's totally free, so another reason to smile. The second thing, figure out what the source of your unhappiness is, and then take a few minutes to write down 3 possible solutions to the problem. So the key here is not just writing those solutions down and letting them fall by the wayside, but actually do something about it. Take an action step in a positive direction. Go caffeine free. A lot of times when we're in a heightened state, caffeine just fuels our anxiety. So if you're feeling a little bit on edge or down, do something that's a little bit more calming. Take in something it's not gonna make you as wired. And lastly, connect. Stress and anxiety and unhappiness make us want to curl into a little ball and stay to ourselves and completely ignore the rest of the world. But one of the best cures for that is actually connecting with people we like. So whether it's grabbing a coffee with your mom or Skyping your best friend or just taking some tech-free time to hang out with your partner, it is really seriously worth it, and it helps even when you just don't feel like it. So there you have it, Q&A Wednesday. I really hope that this was helpful. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, as I love to hear your input and I know it's super helpful for everyone. Thanks again for joining me. Make sure you are on my list to get free classes, yoga inspiration, more Q&As like this, and I'll see you guys right back here next week.